Hi guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to get better at building. And I was actually in my last stream yesterday, I was doing some editing and building practicing, and I'm actually pretty good at it. But I just want to show you how you can get better at it. Um, and this is just going to be by simple things. You can go into creative and practice every day for just like 10 or 20 minutes with however much time you think you have every day, and you can just practice these and hopefully get better. Or if you really want to get better at building really fast, you just put a lot more time into it. So, loading into creative right now, I'm just going to show a few things, and then I can also tell you a few different tricks, like you can go into random playgrounds and stuff like that. You can go in random playgrounds, and that is where you can, in random playgrounds is where you can, why am I messing up? In random playgrounds is where you can, go into scrims and all sorts of turtle wars and stuff like that, and you can actually get a ton better at stuff like that. Instead of just playing by yourself, you can actually go into that, and you can get better at gun skills too while you're in that. And if you guys enjoy these types of videos and want me to make more, please make sure to tell me by leaving a like down below and commenting if you have any other things you like help with getting better at. And of course, I know I'm not the best at any of this, right? You can of course go watch other people, they might give better tips, but I just want to make my own tips and tricks video because I know there are some people who'd like to know some of the basic stuff. So, I'm just going to grab these. Okay, a rift. Go over to these. I'm just going to start with this. This is editing, right? So with this, you want to take it slow at first. One at a time. So you could do it like this. Boom, drag it across. Like that. And come back. Drag it across like that. Or you could go like that. If you really want to go like that, you can go like that, but I just go like this. Of course I'm screwing up. This is actually my first time playing Fortnite today, so I might screw up a bit. But that's how you want to do that. Then I'm gonna show flipping ramps. Now, this can be a little bit more tricky because so you can go up with it. Now this is a little bit more hard than going down with it, which I will show in a second. But you want to come down, you want to drag it all the way up. Let me see if you can go like that. So yeah, actually that's easier. So this is a tip I'm going to tell you. You can drag it around that corner like that. Now it's still going to take some practice, but you can drag it around that corner like that. Boom. And these tips I'm giving you are just simple tips that you can come in and practice. And on stream I mentioned this code. It is from Raider464. I love his map. It's a great map. Now I'm actually just going to go a few down. Boing, boing. Okay. So, when you're going down, it's a lot easier. You're just going to take it, grab it from the top, drag it that way. You might actually be able to go like that. I just like dragging it the whole distance, just to show point, like this. And then, after a while, obviously, yeah, I'm not the best at this, but after a while, you just have that. And then another one I want to demonstrate is tunneling. Some of you might know what this is. It's basically what you use in scrims. So, let's just start tunnel here. See, I'm terrible at tunneling. I want you to know that. But what I can do is you edit through this, reset those. This is another drill in this map that you can do. Just need some warming up. And you can nail these. Now, obviously, this isn't that hard for some people. But yeah. So, as you can see, it's pretty easy. If you just put some practice and time into it. And now another thing I want to cover is ramp rushing. So, you need to take ramp rushing slow. Sometimes you can just walk. I don't have. I just have auto sprint on. I can turn that off for you quick, guys. I'll just turn that off. And I'm just gonna have a sprint key as left shift. So you can obviously just walk it. You can go boom, 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 boom. Eventually you kick it up into sprinting, or you can just do them straight out. Now, some of the ones I would recommend is, let me go here. Just gonna take sprinting off. You can obviously just walk it through if you want. Okay, so you can obviously, as you can see, you can just walk it. But if you want to get more fancy, there are some different ramp rushes you can use. I'm just gonna build a little platform here. Okay, so next ramp rush I want to talk about, there's double. So when you're doing any double ramp rush, you want to keep your crosshair just moving really close between the middle, really tight, just back and forth, just like that. So now double like that is obviously very easy, right? Now what I've seen people say is doing, when you get to the point of trying to do this, people have trouble with that. Now, the tip I'm going to give you with this is you really just have to keep it in tight formations. Like I said, tight back and forth. Don't go, okay, obviously I'm screwing up right now. But don't go, like, you don't have to go all the way across like that. You don't have to go all the way across. Just keep it tight, right? Okay, I'm obviously screwing up right now. Now, when you're keeping it really tight like that, you're allowing yourself, when you're just, because especially when you get into something like this, you just need to shake it back and forth really fast. Or even something like this, that obviously takes anyone a lot of practice. Like, I'm not even sure if most people can do that, right? Now, so ramp rushes like that, when you're doing a double ramp rush, just keep it tight. Keep it tight, like this. Tight formations. Like this. Boom. Back and forth. Back and forth. Really tight. Okay. So now, my next one, my next tip for you when it comes to editing. Now, this one's going to be on editing. What I would do, I'm just going to build a platform here. When editing a wall, you need, so a wall, doing resets and stuff before it breaks, when I mean editing, I don't want you don't have to do any of the fancy stuff right now. I'll even give you an editing course, Matt. But I just want to focus on being able to do this. Just basic stuff like this. You don't have to do any of the fancy, like this. Like, you don't have to do any of that. None of that needs to be done. All I want you guys to do is practice something like this. Okay? Like, let's say I had a gun. Let's say my grappler's a gun, right? Practice, edit, shoot, right? Or practice, right? Practice stuff like that. Just practice some of the basics. Or practice like a fake window and then a shoot right there, right? Practice stuff like... Now, you don't have to practice any of the fancy stuff. Like, Symphony will do stuff like this, where it's just completely unnecessary, and it's just, he's just messing around with the person and stuff, and then he'll wait for them to shoot the wall, and then he'll edit it again. Or he'll do like that. And they just get confused, right? You don't have to do anything like that. Just practice, window, shoot. Just do some of the basics, right? Now, if you want to get really fast at editing, just come into a map like this and just practice for a while, right? But just practice some of the basic stuff at first. That's the tip I'm going to give you. You don't need to get all fancy with it right away. Just practice some of the basics and then work your way up, right? Now, obviously, some people consider me a fast editor. But you don't need to be this fast just to kill someone. Sometimes, let's say you're build fighting someone, right? And let's say they cone you. Okay, nope. You don't need to do anything like this. You don't need to like jump out or anything like that. Obviously, I screwed that up. But you don't need to do anything like that to be able to take high ground. You can just, what I do is I just come out, go around, and build up, right? And just take a high ground. And that leads me to my next tip, retaking high ground. Now, this is something that a lot of people want to know, is like, how do people do all these insane high ground retakes and stuff like that? They screw up and now all of a sudden they're back on the high ground. How do they do that? So the trick with that is, I'm just going to set something up here. Let's say someone's building up, right? Let's say you have an enemy. They did some insane build up on you. Okay. So they did some insane build up on you, right? And now you're like, okay, I need to get up there. So you build up, and what you want to practice is coning them off like that. And then you come out the side, place the wall, and up, right? Then you should be able to get high ground off of that, right? That's one high ground retake you can do. And that's if you're in the right positioning. Now, if you're a little bit too close, it can be harder. Like, let's say I went... Let me reset all this, sorry guys. Okay, so... we can leave that, we'll just go the other way. So, let's say you're too close, right? And this happens. Now, you can still jump up and try to do that, but then you also gotta jump up and place that and go out. Now, I do that sometimes, right? But when you're in a situation like that, what I normally do is you get the cone off, right? And then you go back the other way. And then you can 90 up, and boom, you have high ground, right? Now, obviously, if you're not a great builder right away, it's fine. You just practice, right? All I want is for you guys to practice some of these drills and things you can do. Now, if you have a friend that you want to 1v1 with, you can obviously practice some of these high ground retakes and all that. And then, so another thing I want to cover, 90s. Now, 90s are something that can be difficult for some people, especially if you want to do some fancy 90s that are super fast and everything, right? Now, some of it's unnecessary, but at the same time, you want to know 90s. So when you're starting 90s, you want to go like this. Now, there's two ways you can do it. You can do it the basic way, going like this, and jumping on each one. Which there's no problem with that. It's just you block yourself off more. Now, 90s I do are like this. Boom, 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 boom. Now that's putting the floor below all of it. Now that can take more practice. It did take me a lot of practice to try to get that down. I will tell you that. But what you can do to get faster at it is just taking it, you gotta practice it a lot, right? Just taking it one by one. Now I'm gonna go over one more 90 that you can do. It's like this. Now you'll see some pros do this, so there's no wall blocking you off. See, and now that's gonna take practice. Like, I'm not even good at that. Because I don't practice it a lot. You see me block myself off even that, right? So it just comes down to practice and stuff. When all building comes down to practicing it and playtime. But there are some things that I'm telling you right now that you can do to get better faster without playing a ton. And now, into my tip. So you're gonna build out like this, right? you're just gonna go like this. Place the floor. You're placing the floor first. You see, okay. Obviously this is not a good demonstration. So you're up here, right? Boom. Place the floor, then the ramp. Boom, boom. Place the floor, then the ramp. Boom, boom. Place the floor, then the ramp. And now you also want to try to stay right here. See where I am right here, guys? Right in the middle, so you can see like right in between the middle, right here. See right there, and the edge. You want to be like right in the middle. Now, obviously, I'm not doing very good at that right now. But you want to try to stay between the middle and the edge. Now that takes a lot of practice, let me tell you, staying in the middle. See, even I'm screwing up. You need to stay like between the middle and the edge of the ramp. And now, some people might wonder, is how you, like, okay. So some people might wonder, when you're, going, like, when you're jumping, like, how are you jumping so fast? It's not a matter of jumping, it's it thrusting you up. See, you can do 90s by walking. As long as you don't screw that part up, you can do 90s by walking. As long as you place the floor first, you can do 90s by walking, right? Now, that's obviously harder, right? But you can do 90s by walking. And now 90s is obviously one of the things you're going to need when you're doing a high ground retake. Like, let me demonstrate this up here for you. Let's say you're doing this high ground retake right here, right? And you cone them off. Oops. You cone them off and you go over here. You're going to want to do a 9. It's like, you got to be able to place the floor below you. And another reason I try to place the floor below me when I'm going over someone. So, like, let's say the enemy is coming, right? And they get lower than me, right? I gotta get this perfect. They get lower than me. We're coming up. Okay, I get that. Now, your first priority needs to be getting that floor. Right there, right? So that if they try to go around the edge, maybe you can pull off a cheeky edit where you go like that and pop in a shot wherever they might be, right? So when you build over someone like this, make sure you get the floor. Then you can edit that. That's a mistake I make sometimes. And then you can also add the wall for extra reinforcement. Most of the time, instead of editing that, because sometimes I don't get the floor and then they do, I go up and I try to get a little bit of high ground, get up here, see where they are. Most of the time they're building up. Okay, you build over, block them off, edit down, and get them, right? Now that's harder, right? And then for my last tip that I want to do right here, okay, is, so let's say you finish your build fight, all at the top right here. So let's say you're in a box. Oh no, I hear someone breaking it down, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna edit out the window. Maybe you've seen people do this, maybe you haven't. Edit out the window, go down. Okay, so now you can see I'm not perfect at it, but you want to get down. That's how you're gonna get down from fight fast and stop getting knocked down. Or you carry ladders. Those are your two options, right? So those are your two options at the end of the fight. But guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and comment down below if this helped you. See you later.